Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Wrestlemaina predictions. I'm Dan 2x15 on Xbox Live. Daniel back again with another video. It is time for my Wrestlemaina predictions, and this is going to be a long predictions video. I will try and make them as short and sweet as possible for you guys so that you can watch this video. But yeah, here we are once again for another predictions video. If you've not seen my predictions video before, then the way I do it is my two ways of doing it. It's who I think who is going to win. It is basically who I think WWE have booked to win, and who I want to win is my own personal opinion. I'll throw in a few things on what's happening here when it comes to the storyline, and apart from that, we'll go on to the very first match, and so on and so on. Now, the pictures will be on the screen of whether or not they're going to be in night 1 and night 2, but I'm just going to make my predictions for every single match that's happening in night 1 and in night 2 of WrestleMania 41 live in Las Vegas, Nevada. So without further ado, we're going to go on to the very first match. Hey, this is Future Daniel here. Just like to say that I recorded a whole entire video with the lineup from WWE.com, and there is a match that I did remember during the recording, which I will show in a bit, but there are two that I completely forgot about because they were not added on the website. And here they are. The match one is the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez will defend their titles against the Women's Intercontinental Champions Lana Mercuria and Bayley. And who do I think is going to win? I think that Raquel and Liv will retain due to some shenanigans, but I want Bayley and Lyra to win. And here is the second match. The Viking Raiders will be defending their World Tag Team Championships against the New Day. This has been a big rivalry for quite some time. I'm loving the new version of the New Day without Big E in it, and they told the truth about a lot of things, and I love it when heels tell the truth. So, without further ado, here are my predictions for this match. Who do I think is going to win? I think the New Day are going to win, but I want the War Raiders. And so, yeah, those are the two matches that I forgot about. On back to the previous video. And this is the third and final match that wasn't originally on the list. It is Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This one's going to be a very quick and easy match, a very easy W for Jade Cargill, but it's going to be ruthless, as I can tell you that much. I would really, really hope that Jade Cargill beats the shit out of Naomi, but I can see this match going either way, to be honest with you. So here are my predictions for it. Who do I think is going to win? Jade Cargill. But who do I want to win? Strangely enough, I want Naomi to win because I think that this is going to be a redemption story. Because, after all, Naomi didn't deserve to be treated the way she was treated. And I said this about heels before. I love it when they tell the truth. And you know what? I'm rooting for Naomi for this one. And the first match is no other than Rey Mysterio, the legendary Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, representing the LWO. This is El Grande Americano, a mystery guy that's made his debut on WWE not too long ago. Everyone seems to have claimed that it's Chad Gable. It's not Chad Gable, it's El Grande Americano from the Gulf of America. Get your facts straight. He's been a legendary luchador all over the indie circuit in Mexico. He's been everywhere. He grew up with a Mexican family. And he's been a bit of a dick, to be honest. A bit of a heel. I didn't know he had luchadors that could play dirty, but hey. we've proved it where El Grande Americano unmasked Dragon Lee. He wants to win any means necessary. A famous Mexican, I wouldn't say luchador, once said, "You gotta lie, cheat, and steal. Away is probably the best way to victory." And that legendary man was Rey Mysterio. So maybe he took some inspiration from Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero's best friend. So maybe, you know, but I can't wait for this match. It's going to be El Grande Americano's first ever WrestleMania appearance. This is going to be good. Who do I think is going to win? Rey Mysterio. Who do I want to win? El Grande Americano, because it will be his first victory at WrestleMania. Although I do want to, I'm a bit curious to see who's underneath the mask, but I'm telling you, it's not Chad Gable. Gracias! Alright, that's my predictions for that match as we go on to the next one. And the next one, with Rey Mysterio being a former United States champion, and the current day United States champion is no other than L.A. Knight. Yeah! And, well, oh man, this is going to be a big one. He's going to be defending his United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. I love you, Jacob Fatu. And I feel like it's about time we get a brand new United States champion in Jacob Fatu. He's going to kick his ass. Although, will Solo Sikoa try and help him? Will it backfire? We will have to see at WrestleMania. It's going to be a gritty match, that's for sure. Big dominance from Jacob Fatu. It's going to be interesting to see their outfits as per usual and entrances. It's going to be great. But hey, whether it's on night 1 or night 2, we will find out. LA Knight defending his title against Jacob Fatu. Who do I think is going to win? LA Knight, yeah! And who do I want to win? I kind of want to see Jacob Fatu win his first championship in WWE. That is going to be interesting. This is going to be good. Okay, well, we're going to go on to another championship match, and that match is next. The next match is for the Intercontinental Championship. We have the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. He's got his WrestleMania debut, as well as his opponent Penta, and Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, 2 members of the Judgment Day. Will they be able to coexist? I don't know. It'll probably be one of those where Finn Balor goes for a pinfall, Dominic pulls him off. Dominic goes for a pinfall, Balor pulls him off. And it'll be like this for the entire time. And I feel like either Penta and Braun Breaker will take advantage of this, and either Braun Breaker will retain, or Penta will become the new Intercontinental Champion. I don't know. It's tough to say. It's tough to say who's gonna win this one. Now, personally, who do I think is gonna win? Braun Breaker. I feel like he doesn't. I think like he needs his moment in WrestleMania to retain here. But who do I want to win? Dominic Mysterio. Just because it would piss everybody else. And at the same time, I feel like he deserves a chance to become a singles champion. He's a former tag team champion, but let's get his first ever singles championship win. Although technically he is a former NXT North American champion, but I'm going to say that doesn't count because it was on NXT. I mean his big WrestleMania moment, even because theoretically he lost his first ever WrestleMania when I think no, actually, I can't remember. I think it was The Miz and Logan Paul. He had a win, but as part of the Judgment Day, as his first singles championship. That's going to be hilarious. That's why I think it would be a fitting win. That's why I want Dominic Mysterio to win this one. On to the next match. Well, on to the next match, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm wearing his t-shirt right here. It's Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight. These two have been on a huge rivalry since last year's WrestleMania, due to the fact that Drew McIntyre has had his little rivalry with CM Punk. He's had CM Punk up here. It's all up here. And because of the fact where he celebrated his World Heavyweight Championship win in front of CM Punk while he was injured on commentary during that match, he couldn't let it go. He could have gone backstage, celebrated with his family, drunk a couple of pints, but instead he fucked up. CM Punk then attacked Drew McIntyre last year at WrestleMania. Damian Priest, who was the Money in the Bank briefcase holder, saw an opportunity, he cashed in. He's had then of course we had Drew McIntyre and in a match with him at SummerSlam, and CM Punk costume there, and the team retained there. Whole factor of Finn Balor costing Damian Priest his World Heavyweight title, and ever since then Damian Priest has wanted to go back to the World Heavyweight Championship. He couldn't win the Royal Rumble even though he eliminated Drew McIntyre, and then he also eliminated Drew McIntyre at the Elimination Chamber, but Drew costed him that opportunity. They've been brawling in the backstage area where he got hit with Drew McIntyre, got hit with a South of Heavens on top of a windscreen on a car, calls in a piece of glass to go in his eye. This is gonna be a hell of a street fight. Who do I think is gonna win? Drew McIntyre. Who do I want to win? Damian Priest. Gonna be a good match. I can't wait for it. So on to the next match. And the next match, ladies and gentlemen, is a match I'm not looking forward to. I'm just going to go ahead and say it quickly. Logan Paul has had an interesting record when it comes to WrestleMania. I think he's lost 2, I think. I can't really remember, but I could give 2 shits about him. AJ Styles, I hope you kick his ass and become the phenomenal one that you are in this match. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Who do I think? AJ Styles. Who do I want? AJ Styles. That's the end of it. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next match. And the next match is the women's WWE Women's Championship match. It's WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton, who cashed in her Money in the Bank contract against Nia Jax to become Women's Champion. And the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, has challenged Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Championship to become that 15-time Women's Champion. Nothing much else we can say. Nobody's looking forward to this one either. I really hope that Tiffany Stratton can really beat Charlotte Flair, but it's not going to happen. Who would I think is going to win? Charlotte Flair. Who do I want to win? Tiffany Stratton. Obviously, there's nothing else to be said. Gentlemen, it's time for the next match. And then, speaking of women's championship matches, the next match is the Women's World Championship match, the triple threat match. Now, I think it'll be Rhea, but because Io Sky's been pushed aside in this rivalry, I feel like, that it will be, I want her to retain, because she lost the WWE Women's Championship to Bayley last year, to lose again, 2 WrestleManias in a row. Nah, it shouldn't be happening. I want her to win. We're going to move on to the next match. And the next match, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of that, speaking of World Heavyweight Champions, the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther beat Rhea Ripley's partner in crime, Damian Priest, as I mentioned, thanks to Finn Balor at SummerSlam. He's held the World Heavyweight title ever since. And the Royal Rumble winner, surprisingly, is Jey Uso. The runner-up, John Cena, went on to win Elimination Chamber, but I'll talk about that in a sec. As Jey Uso was humming and ahhing about who he wanted to face at WrestleMania. But eventually, he got beat down by Gunther so much so that he was like, you know what, Gunther, I want that championship from you. I am not afraid of you anymore. I felt this Jey Uso is the Jey Uso that we've seen in the Bloodline, the Jey Uso that I saw at Money in the Bank. He's going to kick Gunther's ass, even though Gunther's going to kick Jey Uso's ass at the same time a little bit more. Hitting chops after chops and power bombs and drop kicks, and he's going to give everything he's got to against Jey Uso here. But who do I think is going to win? Gunther. Who do I want to win? Jey Uso. Yeet. Okay, this match is a very interesting match. For you see, at the Royal Rumble, CM Punk eliminated Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns got pissed and started to beat each other up on the outside. Seth Rollins took out Roman Reigns. Then there was a big feud between those two, which had been going on between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins and CM Punk had a cage match. CM Rollins was very close to beating Punk in that match when Roman Reigns returned, beat the shit out of Seth Rollins on the outside, and beat up CM Punk, eventually making this a triple threat match because Roman Reigns granted CM Punk what he thought was his favor to give CM Punk to be in the main event of a closing out show of night 1, I know this for sure, of WrestleMania. This is going to be awesome. CM Punk's dream is going to come true. But that was not the favor. The favor was that CM Punk has Paul Heyman by his side as his manager, or his client, or his best friend. But as Seth Rollins pointed out, what has CM Punk ever done for Paul Heyman? Nothing. What has Roman Reigns done for Paul Heyman? He didn't come and save him while he was being harassed by the new bloodline. Nada. He left the WWE for a short time after losing the WWE Championship, Undisputed Championship. Instead of bringing Paul Heyman with him to try and recuperate, he left him in the hands of Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Tamatonga, and Tongaloa. And look what happened there. So Seth Rollins has made some very good points to Paul Heyman. He could have took out Paul Heyman twice in 2 weeks, but he decided not to. So this is interesting. Paul Heyman didn't betray his tribal chief. He even said that he was just doing CM Punk a favor. CM Punk is his best friend. Roman Reigns is his tribal chief. But Seth Rollins is the architect. He knows what goes up in people's heads. He knows how to play mind games. So who do you think will benefit better for Paul Heyman of these 3 men that are going to have a triple threat match at WrestleMania when there's going to be blood, sweat, and tears poured out in the main event of Part 1? Seth Rollins. Which is why I think that Seth Rollins is going to win here. Who do I want to win? Now, the 3, Roman Reigns. Because I do like CM Punk. He's alright. Not too bad. He's grown back on me a little bit. I've turned my leaf. Seth Rollins on the other hand, I feel like something screwy is going to happen with Paul Heyman. And he's going to won't be able to choose between Roman and CM Punk. And he's just going to be the one, you know what? I can't choose. I'm sorry. And that's where Seth Rollins gets involved, and he helps Seth Rollins win. It's as simple as that. Maybe he will have, Punk and Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman's got a chair in his hand. Roman's like, give it to me. Punk is on the floor saying, don't listen to him, give it to me. And Paul's like, no, I can't do it. And then Seth rolls back into the ring, and then Paul looks at Seth. Seth looks at Paul. Paul looks at Punk and Reigns. CM Punk is still down from being speared or something. He looks up, and Paul Heyman gives the chair to Seth Rollins, and he says, "I love you, my tribal chief. I love you, my best friend. I'm so sorry." And he turns his back as Seth Rollins wails away with the chair, taking out Roman Reigns, taking out CM Punk, hitting a stomp onto Roman Reigns and hitting a stomp to CM Punk, and he puts both of them on top of each other, and he pins them both. 1, 2, 3. That's how I think Seth Rollins will win that match. It's a good and interesting predictions, but that's just the main event of night 1, and I'm gonna get on to the main event of night 2 right about now. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The main event of WrestleMania, full stop, of night 2. Now, there could be more matches added. Like I said, I predict there's going to be a tag team championship match for the WWE Tag Team titles. As the Street Profits will probably defend their titles against every tag team from SmackDown. Don't forget, Randy Orton has an opponent at WrestleMania, but we don't know who it is yet. I can't make a predictions if I don't know who it is. So Randy Orton's going to have a match at WrestleMania. Will it be against Nick Aldis? Will it be against a returning superstar like Miro or Rusev? Or maybe a former rival of his own? Will it be Kevin Owens? Has it been a ruse in this entire time? Probably not. I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it isn't. But if you know Kevin Owens and his character, possibly. Will it be Sami Zayn? It's Kevin Owens' best friend. That could be a twist. That could be interesting. No, it could be anyone. But speaking of Randy Orton, he's had a rivalry with the number 1 contender for Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship. The man that sold his soul to the final boss of Rock at Elimination Chamber. The man that we never thought we'd see turn heel. He was on the front page of the whole, everywhere was talking about it. People on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, everyone. I was fucking shocked when my reactions when I saw John Cena kick Cody Rhodes in the balls and beat him down with the Rolex and making him bleed and saying, "Hey, this is me. I'm breaking up with you. You've tortured me." I mean, he's the same John Cena. He wears the shorts, the t-shirts. This is his final run. And he said he's going to take this toy championship and he's going to become the true champion of WWE. And he's going to take that title away from, and he's going to break that record a 17th time. You're going to forget the name Ric Flair and you're going to remember the name John Cena. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Undisputed WWE Championship match. You better believe shenanigans is going to happen. I can guarantee it. Goddamn guarantee it. It's going to be great. There's the 5 moves of doom weren't about to keep Cody Rhodes down. A Cody Cutter weren't about to keep John Cena down. The disaster kick weren't about to keep him down. The bionic elbow weren't about to keep Cena down. I feel like we're going to have to see not 1, not 2, but 3 crossroads in order to keep Cody as the undisputed champion to keep John Cena down. But maybe you might see not 1, but 2, but 3 attitude adjustments to keep Cody Rhodes down. Will there be a super attitude adjustment? Super Cena might win LOL, and that'll be it. New champion. I cannot decide between the 2. However, this match that you see on your screen right now is too hard to predict. So, but I will make my predictions anyway. Who do I think is going to win? Cody Rhodes. Who do I want to win? just because this news version of John Cena's been fucking brilliant so far, I kind of want to see where it goes if he wins the WWE Championship for the 17th time. So that is why I say I want John Cena. It would be too predictable for Cody Rhodes to overcome the new heel evil John Cena. He lost to Roman Reigns, won against Roman Reigns last year on the second time around. Cena was one of the people that hoped out Cody Rhodes to become the champion. So now I feel like he needs to be the one to take it from him. That's why I want Cena to win. Because I'm loving this new John Cena. He needs to work on his promos a bit as a heel because they're sounding very cartoon villainish. And yes, he speaks the truth about some of them, and I love it when a heel speaks the truth. But he needs to work a little bit more on that. But other than that, super heel Cena is the one pick for me. Cody Rhodes has had the championship for over a year now, but that's as long as it will need to be. Let me know who you think is going to win at WrestleMania on night 1 and on night 2. Down to chance 15. Daniel's going to hear saying, see you on the WrestleMania night 1 review. And until then, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to subscribe. If you want to watch the previous video, then click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the playlist that's on the right.